You're back with another one. 245 Sports and myself, Dens, L Caps, and SB. Premier League's back.
Man City Burnley.
Yeah, Man City Burnley, the first game. Yeah, I'm glad it's back. Premier League, exciting season ahead. A lot of unknowns. A lot of unknowns. I mean, a lot of signings being made, a lot of ins and outs. So yeah, we're just gonna do a breakdown, a prediction show. Our top four, relegation, top goal scorer, all of that. Wait, how you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. How you guys been?
I'm good.
Yeah, man, I'm optimistic right now for Man U.
What I can say, I'm better than Liverpool fans right now.
Ooh, yo, they
That's what.
went FSG out, FSG in, FSG out. Oh, the pain. Roller coaster.
Yeah, man. Boy, Liverpool. We'll definitely touch on Liverpool because there's a lot to speak on them. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Premier League is back, another season. Yeah, Man City obviously coming off the treble win. Arsenal had a great season. Man U had a good season under ETH's first season. Yeah, a lot of teams dropped off. Newcastle had a great season. And yeah, in the summer, a lot of business has been done, a lot of ins and outs. Certain teams got rejected. Certain teams splashed the cash. So yeah, we'll get into it. Let's start with the top four prediction. Starting with the winners. Let's do top two. So who do you think is going to win this season's Premier League? Who's your prediction to become the champions? So who's going to finish first and who's going to finish second?
Do you know, my predictions are provisional. That's what I'm going to say because I want to wait till all the signings are made and then I can actually say, okay, I'm confident that this is my final. So right now, this is my provisional list. But as of right now, I hate to say this. Yo, all my Man United fans, forgive me. Ya Allah. Oh, hate to say this, but my champions right now are Arsenal. What? I hate to say this. What? Hate it. Yo, it's making me sick saying it, but Arsenal, only because of how they played last season, the progress that they made under Arteta last season. And I didn't rate Rice, but he's a good addition to the team. He's a good they got a cover for Partey, or they can play Partey alongside Rice if they wanted to. They could do that. Havertz, I didn't really rate him. I think he's a poor man's Thomas Muller, but that's another player that they got in there. They still got Jesus. They got Eddie Murphy and Ketia. They got Saka. They got all the young players a year older, a year wiser. A lot more experience now, emotionally more experience after what they dealt with last season. I think now, if something was to happen again similar, they're more built for it. Hence why I think Arsenal might be the one to watch. I like the signing of Raya if that goes through because I think he's a good keeper. They got a good keeper in Ramsdale as well. And the one that's going to be the real deal breaker for me is that that quitter, the one that didn't want to come through last season because of flipping Van Gaal. What's the name? Urian Timber. Yeah, man, that pussy-o. Yeah, Timber's a pussy-o, but yeah, he's a pussy-o, but he's a fantastic footballer. And you saw it against City. He's a very good player. Last season, Arsenal had to contend with Ben White as the right back. Timber as a right back for me is a difference maker. He can be inverted alongside Zinchenko. That's going to create an overload in the midfield for Arsenal. That's going to be a problem to break. So I think I'm happy. I'm not happy. I hate them, but I respect the work that they've done so far in the market. If you think about it, Raya potentially, Timber, Havertz, Rice. Arsenal for me, the only thing they're missing is a number 9. If they could get number 9, problem child. The only thing I'd say with Arsenal is how are they going to cope with Champions League football and Prem? That because both competitions are going to require high intensity. Because with Europa, Arsenal weren't too bothered about that competition last season. Yeah, it's inconvenient playing Thursday, Sunday, but half the time they're playing the youth squad. Champions League, you ain't got time to do that. But yeah, Arsenal currently favourites for me, provisionally. Second, Man City. You can never write off Pep. You can never write him off. That guy just likes to play games. He will sell you a player just to have fun. He sold Arsenal Zinchenko and Jesus just to banter and then beat them with 3 games to spare. He was taking the piss. So City to finish second. The reason why I've got them second is because I don't like the fact that they got rid of Gundo. I think he's probably their best player for me personally, and they got rid of him. He always comes through clutch for them. He was their most clutch player, and they let him go. I'm not too thrilled for that. With that for them, and Mahrez, I think he was underappreciated. He can change the dynamic of the game. They let him go. I don't think they really adequately replaced him unless they're going to use Cole Palmer. I don't think he's on the level of Mahrez, but again, yet to be proven wrong or right. So City are second for me. I know they got in Guavidal. Who else have they signed?
Kovacic.
I don't
It's
think.
looking like they might sign Paqueta as well.
Yeah, like these players, I don't think. Guavidal is just going to show up already crazy defense anyways. And then you've got, I don't think Kovacic is a level of player that Gundo is. Paqueta, he's good, but I don't know. I don't see him being a game changer for them. Hence why I fancy Arsenal. So that's my top two. Top 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fraud Man United in there somehow, because I support them in it. So Red Devils, God forbid, Red Angels. And then 4th, Liverpool. So that's my top 4. Liverpool, I don't think they'll have a season as bad as they did, and they ain't got Champions League, so they can just rest up their team. They don't really care about Europa. So I reckon Liverpool are going to really give the Prem a good go. And that Darwin Nunez, he's looking crazy pre-season. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. The attack looks crazy. And hold tight the signing of Caicedo as well, man. Crazy signing.
Boy. I'm going for Man City to win the league again, and Arsenal second. Although Arsenal have improved the signings they've made, I just think that watching the Community Shield, especially last weekend, Arsenal matched them for most of the game, but when they brought on KDB and Foden, they had another gear to go to. And I feel from when we can match them, and they still got Foden and KDB on the bench, it just proves they have better quality than us across the board. Well, top end quality, we got much better depth now. But Man City got the top end quality, and also they got a manager who's been there, done that. A manager knows how to manage the team throughout the season, and he'll play players like Rico Lewis, he'll play players like Cole Palmer, Julian Alvarez here and there, and I just feel like he's going to manage the fitness and get them ready for the end of the season. And whereas Arsenal, we're still going to be relying on our first 11. Although we're going to have better depth, but that depth that comes in isn't at the highest quality. So I think there's going to be a drop off still. And Haaland, man, Haaland, you can't look past all them goals he scores. On top of that secondary, the defense is too good. I don't really see a weakness in their defense. They are Kanji, Ake, Diaz, John Stones, and Kyle Walker, and now Gavardio too. On top of that, they still might make signings. I've seen a link to Jeremy Doku as well today. Jeremy Doku is a good winger. It's something different. If he's off the bench and it's a draw game for Man City, they draw in a game, he can open up a game too by beating a few players. So I just see them being first and Arsenal second. The rest of the top 4, I think Liverpool will be there. They just got good attack. They won't have as many injuries, and I feel they're not be challenging for the title. I still think that Europa League schedule is going to hurt them, because although do Liverpool have enough good enough youngsters to be respectable in that competition? You're going to want to get out of the group stage. It's still going to have to play your first team. You have to travel far places, and I don't think if you're going to just tank, if you're going to forget that Europa League group stage, you don't want to be losing midweek and going to games on Sunday to try and win those games. You've got to have winning mentality throughout the club. And 4th, I believe, is Man United. Man United, I just don't think they've got as much dynamic players as Liverpool. They're a good team, but I feel like there's some holes. I don't feel like the top level they can get to isn't as high as Liverpool's top level when all their players are fit. I still feel, and yeah, Man United will be round up that top 4.
I'm going to go with Arsenal as champions. Only because I just see Man City falling off. To win the Premier League 4 times in a row, I mean, that's a lot, man. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, merely because of that. Mentally, yeah, just because of the mental toll of the past couple of seasons for Man City. To stay on top in this league and to win it 4 times in a row is extremely difficult. So I have to see it to believe it. That's why I'm going with Arsenal as champions. Although Man City have made some good signings though. If they sign Paqueta and they sign a tricky winger like Doku, yeah, that's a big problem. But I still see Arsenal as champions. I like the signings Arsenal have made. Rice, he adds physicality to Arsenal's midfield, and I think he brings. I like the mentality that he comes with as well. I don't think he has quality to Arsenal. Timber as well. Timber's a quality signing. If they, like you said, Caps, if they had a number 9, then yeah, I would have no shadow of a doubt of Arsenal winning the league. But yeah, I still think they're going to win anyway because Man City's level is going to drop off, even though Man City have made signings. So yeah, Arsenal champions, and I think Arsenal have learned from the mistakes that they made last season. So I think they're going to rectify those mistakes. I think Arteta will utilize his squad better. Hopefully, for Arsenal's sake, he gives players like Saka a rest. He rotates Saka a bit more. I think that will help. I think he might do that as well. And a signing in that position will help as well. But yeah, I just think the experience learned from last season, Arsenal Arteta will take into this season. And yeah, I think they'll come out on top. Second place, I have Man United second place. Yeah, I'm going to go with Man United second place. I see a lot of teams falling off like Man City. I see them falling off this season. Liverpool, I don't see them challenging Arsenal for the title. I think they'll have a good season, but not finish within the top 2. Chelsea, no. Newcastle, not there yet. I'm going to go with Man United as second place, which is surprising to a lot of people. I'm picking them second based off last season. I think ETH instilled. I like the mentality that I saw with Man U throughout the season. They did stumble and they did fall off a couple of times. They had some humiliating defeats, but I think ETH has learned from those mistakes. The signings that he's made, and from what I'm hearing him say, it seems like Man United are going to be a more direct team. A team he said, I think the quote was that he wants Man U to be the best transition team in the world. So yeah, what that says to me is that they're going to look to play more direct, quicker football. That suits players like Rashford. I like the signing of Højlund. I think if we get him chances, he'll score. Onana, let's see what happens with him. Mount, I don't think, I'm not going to complain with the signing of Mount because I think Mount will be productive at Man U. If Man U had that midfielder that could control things, that could dictate things, I think that would be even better, but they don't. Let's see what happens throughout the rest of the transfer window. But yeah, I think Mount will be a productive player at Man U. It's looking like Man U will get another centre-back as well, which is needed. Some of the deadwood will be gone as well. Maguire will be gone. Fred will be gone, which I think will be good for the dressing room as well. Because I think with Maguire in the team, unfortunately, it kind of creates a panicky environment, a toxic environment. So he won't be there anymore. And I think, Man U will finish second. More so because of Man City falling off and Liverpool not being there yet. And Chelsea not being there yet because they're such a new team and a new manager. So that's why I have them finishing second. Third and fourth place, I have Liverpool finishing third. Liverpool, they're a good team. They're going to score a lot of goals. They still haven't solved that problem with midfield. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the transfer window. But even if they sign Alavia, they still haven't solved the midfield problem in my eyes. I think they need more depth at centre back as well. I think they'll finish third. Fourth, I'm going Newcastle. I think Newcastle will finish fourth.
You got City finishing outside the top four.
Oh, sorry. I got City finishing third and Liverpool finishing fourth.
I was shook. I was like, no, we got cancelled the budget.
Yo, I was like, bruv.
City finishing third and Liverpool finishing fourth. Yeah. Yeah, City will finish third. I think, like I said, they'll drop off because of the level that they've been playing at for 3 seasons in a row. I just don't see anyone playing 4 seasons to that level. Yeah. Man City third, Liverpool fourth.
One thing I forgot to say about Man City, even though I think they'll still be first, because they're now to manage the season, they're still going to make additions. They've got the Club World Cup Championships is it December?
Yeah.
So they've got like an extra 5 games potentially during that fixture congestion. So they're going to have a lot of rearranged games. It's going to be a hectic schedule for them, but I just trust Pep to manage it. I just trust him to manage it all.
That's the thing. And the thing is, they can't afford to start slow. Because if they start slow, and then that whole World Club Cup, and then have all them fixtures that they need to catch up on, and Arsenal start the way that they did last season, if Arsenal have the same gap that they did last season, Man City won't win the Prem. Arsenal win it 100%. They're not going to let that happen again. And
this is it.
Man City starting slow.
With Arsenal, I need to see Arteta rotate. Like, I can see him. I think he will rotate more. But players like Saliba, we can't lose him. If we lose Saliba, all bets are off with any title chances. If we lose Saliba,
Really?
Yeah, Saliba is
because now you can move Ben White centre back, and you can have Timber right back or Tomiyasu.
But this is it though. If think about this, if Saliba is out, you move Ben White centre back. Ben White would have been playing right back, so like he wouldn't have any time off. Like you can't take a day off, you can't take a game off anymore. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Where does Timber play then? I thought he signed him to be a right back.
Yeah, he'll play right back, but I don't really see Ben White's gonna start all the games. Well, a lot of the games anyway. I want to see rotation anyway. That's what I'm gonna see. If you compare
White starting over Timber.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, because the way Timber looked in the Community Shield, he looks more comfortable in that position than Ben White.
Nah, yeah, on the ball, but Ben White aerially, if you're gonna play Zinchenko, you need to have like a more defensive minded right back.
Yeah.
So
and plus you got Kivio as well.
Yeah, but compare that to what City have. They have Gvardiol in the Kivio spot for us. And he's a £90 million player.
Yeah.
So like I just think, and that Pep will rotate adequately. Think about it, Kyle Walker didn't really play that much until the business end of the season, until he has to shut down people. Sometimes Diaz doesn't play for like a month. KDB misses 3-4 weeks, just being on the bench. Rico Lewis will play. I just feel, from what I've seen, Arteta needs to rotate in order for us to win the league. And if it doesn't,
I don't know, like Man City, I just see like someone like Foden, for example. He's got all these accolades and he hasn't really had to push himself.
That's what I'm saying. Because
so where's the motivating factor for him to really push himself and become that player? I don't see where he's going to level up because
I think the motivation this year, for him would be he's going to have a bigger role, a bigger responsibility. That's a new wrinkle in his motivation now.
Because last season, Foden was probably one of his worst seasons for City, really, because he kind of fell off. He wasn't really spoken about like that. So this is the challenge this season: is that the team won a treble and I wasn't really instrumental in that treble winning side. Can I be more of a factor?
I don't know, because the way the pundits were talking, I remember specifically Gerard was like, "There's no other player in Europe better than Foden right now."
There's no other manager in Europe better than Gerard. So we all
Bro,
tell
there's a reason why
we all tell lies.
Gerard is getting his I don't know what Saudi money is. What they call it?
Shillings.
And he's not getting pounds. He's getting that big paper in Saudi. But yeah, so you think Man City fall off to third? Do you think could be a big gap between United and City?
No, but I just think Man City will have a slow start, and that will cost them. But yeah, it's not anything negative in terms of what Pep's doing or anything. I just don't see how they can just reach that level again. I think they'll be solid defensively. I think the troubles will come, which is going to sound crazy, but the troubles will come from scoring goals. I think there's going to be a drop off from Haaland and the whole team in terms of goal production.
I see what you're saying. Like for me, I've said the basis why I don't think City are going to win the league is because Gundo is gone. He's the most clutch player. He makes so much happen for them. And with Haaland as well, the league was shocked by him last season. And Haaland in 2023 wasn't as productive as he was when he first joined the league. So already you can see that there was adjustments being made to him by defenders. I see that continuing.
Grealish will never be that productive player in terms of goals. He's never going to get you like 15 Premier League goals or something like that. Foden can be productive, definitely. He's a productive player. I just don't see the rest of the squad stepping up. Like KDB, how many, like all the accolades that we've given him, how is he going to go to that level again? He's getting older.
We say all this year, but haven't we said similar things throughout the previous years? Anyway, look at what we were saying last year, start of the season last year.
We said City would win.
Yeah, but they weren't looking that good. And we're thinking, raw.
No. You was thinking, raw. Remember I said, I thought Haaland was going to get 30 plus. And you said he'd get 19 in all comps.
I'm saying during the season, when they were drawing games, when they lose, they weren't as good. They lost. Remember that time they lost to, Brentford at home?
They weren't as good, but did we ever doubt them winning the league?
We didn't.
We always said, we know what Arsenal are about. We know what City can do.
But we also said potentially they're worse with Haaland. That was a big shout. A lot of people were saying.
I mean, now that potential was wrong because they won the treble with Haaland.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't discount City.
Yeah, again, that's the only point I'm making.
Yeah, like for me, I can't. Arsenal, as much as City can't be discounted because
they can't.
Haaland is a demon. He's a demon. KDB is a problem child. But for me, I just don't like the fact that they got rid of Gundo. I think he's the most clutch player. I think for me, he's personally the most important player, and they got rid of him. Bernardo, I think he wants to leave. When you've won the treble, I don't know.
How'd you go again? I don't see it.
Maybe they might try to go for the quadruple. No one's ever done it, so that could be something that Pep might be like, you know what? Let's try to go for it.
I can't see it happening. Let's talk about Liverpool. Who else did you have in your top four? Let's talk about Liverpool and Man U. Now, I had them second. XB, you had them outside of the top four, and
I had them fourth.
You had them fourth, and Akash, you had them third. So we all have Man U in the top four.
Yeah.
So,
generally speaking, I just don't really see, unless I need to see it. I don't really see where you're getting all these goals from to potentially, as you think, going second, because you need to. I don't see Rashford getting more goals than he did last year. You see what I'm trying to say? Do you see Anthony getting more goals? And if you feel Anthony's going to get more goals, how much more?
I mean, we've got Rasmus now.
That's the thing. Højlund.
And how much do you think he's going to get?
If Højlund gets...
I don't know. Do you see my point? Like, where are you going to get your goals from? Unless you're going to share it all around.
Yeah, I think Rashford will get goals. I think Højlund will get goals. Bruno will get goals. I think
Martial.
Anthony...
What? What?
2023, you know.
In it, 2023.
I don't care, man. But Weezy will get goals, bruv. That's my guy, bruv.
I think Mount will get goals.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Let's not start with this Mount. Masonic Mount. Yo, that signing pisses me off. I hate that signing. He doesn't bring... He's terrible. Do you know what I call him? Shiny McTominay. He's just a shiny McTominay. You know Pokemon cards? You know they get the shiny card. That's what he is. He's an English McTominay. Mount is 60 million for Mount. We should have gone for Lavia. I would have preferred Onana from Everton over Mount. Mount was dropped by Chelsea for a reason. He's a Chelsea. He was terrible last season, and we decided, in all our wisdom and all our greatness, we're going to sign 60 million. We're going to sign off 60 million and sign Mount. And when you watch Mount preseason, yeah, people keep telling me about his off the ball movement. We signed you for your on ball production, what you're going to do for us, but all I hear is off the ball movement because he's that bad on the ball. Open goals, he's fallen over. Hey, what does he do? What does he bring to the team? Like defensively, he's not that great. He's similar to Bruno. Like, is he a Bruno replacement? Because then, if that's the case, we still need to replace McTominay, or is McTominay going to start? We can't. Heaven forbid we start Eriksen. He can't do it no more. We can't leave. What's his name? My Brazilian brother.
Casemiro.
What's that guy's name? Casemiro. We can't leave him by himself. He'll get himself sent off. We can't leave him. There's no one in the midfield to pair with Casemiro to offset. Because then, if you have Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount starting, he ain't got the defensive discipline. Yeah, he runs around. He's got an engine, but he's not disciplined enough defensively. He's going to run up with Bruno and then leave Casemiro to face an onslaught, and we're just going to be pegged back. So I didn't like the sign. I hate the sign of Mount. I didn't see why we signed him. For me, he's just a net, just nothing. He doesn't move the needle for me at all. Onana, I like Onana, but for me, I feel like we're playing rush keeper with Onana. It's one of the ones, man. He's gonna be he's gonna be on the halfway line trying to play flipping one-touch football the rest of the man. Then, and then Rasmus, we've signed Rasmus. He's rapid, but he's got a back problem. So I'm like, yo, we signed an injured player. He's not going to be available for a couple of weeks. Weezy's still injured. So we're going to have to rely on Rashidi and that left foot bandit, Anthony. Yeah, I'm not happy with our transfer window, man.
I'm not liking his back thing I'm hearing with Hoyland.
How many weeks is it? Is it confirmed a couple of weeks? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see no timing.
He had a press conference. And they asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know," like he was non-committal about the timing. No one really knows. There's just rumors about it's worse than they expected. And the thing is, yeah, you could tell something was wrong when when he was officially announced between United coming out to confirm the signing and whatnot, the whole medical stuff. It took about a week. So they must have seen. Yo, why is my thing gone off? They must have seen. Did my thing cut off?
You still on?
No, he's still here.
Yeah, my screen went black. I was like, yo, kind of demons possessed my laptop. Anyways, like they took a long time to confirm the signing of Rasmus. So they definitely saw something. And there's no timelines. Usually he'll come out and say, yeah, this player is a couple of weeks away, blah, blah. Nothing. So I'm not really too happy about that. We signed an injured player when we need him ASAP. The reason why we signed is because we need a striker ASAP and we signed an injured one. So I'm not happy with that. Martial can't stay fit to save his life. I'm not happy with that. So we're going to have to start with Rashidi. Obviously, we got the Mason, the Green Goblin situation happening. Is he coming or is he not coming? Again, so we ain't really got a striker again. So it's just, I'm not happy with Man United's shopping. I hate the Mount signing. I hate it. Yeah. Like for me, ideally, we should go for Frankie de Jong and use Mount as a makeshift. Just put Mount in the offer. Offer Barcelona 40 million plus.
Already.
Yo, I would shift. I would shift him. I hate the Mount signing, man. That Mason, bro, he's a shiny McTominay. I hate. Yo, when that signing was confirmed, I shed a tear. I was like, nah, man. Felt like that Fellaini signing.
You know what? Yeah, at first, when Man United signed, man, I wasn't happy because the signing of Onana, I was thinking Man United are going to go possession based. So it's like, why are you signing Mount if you're going to play possession based? Because that's not his strength. But when I heard the quote about being the best team in transition, it makes more sense now. So I think he'll be a productive player. I think he'll get goals and assists. The only thing is, Man United. I think Man United may struggle this season in controlling games. Teams that Man United should, like last season, teams that Man United should have just dusted away. It was back and forth because we don't have the midfield to really control the game.
And we ain't
I
fixed it.
Yeah, and that's still the issue. Saying that, Mount, like I said, I think he'll be productive. He'll get goals and assists, and I think Man United will be successful. That's why I think they'll finish second. But yeah, I have them coming up short because of that whole reason that of them not being able to control games. That's the
Like for
reason I
me,
have them
my
coming
fear
up
of
short.
Man United is coming up against a team like an Arsenal or a Man City or an Aston Villa or a Brighton or even a Newcastle. Our midfield loses all them battles. We're gonna get popped.
No, I think Man United will be counter attacking. I think they're built for that with Mount and
Counter-attack.
Bruno.
With Mount and Bruno, they're not particularly that quick. So, and
But-
then Rasmus has got back problem. Rashidi wants to run to the corner flag, and Anthony just wants to cut onto his left foot. Even then,
I think they're set up to be a good counter attacking team. I see Mount as a direct player. Like he's a player that likes to get the ball forward quick. He likes to make them forward runs as well. I guess that's what ETH sees in him. But yeah, let's talk about Liverpool.
So just one last thing on that ETH. He's gone away. Like when we first got him, nobody thought counter-attacking style was his philosophy. I wonder why he's gone to this counter-attacking philosophy, and I just still feel there's a limit to it. It's good on certain days, but there's just a limit to what that can produce. Because
he's
What's-
realized
what's
a man can play.
what's predictable is controlling the ball, making sure you got technical players in every single game that can compete across all parts of the pitch. So it'll be interesting to see. But I still think you guys would be really good defensively. You got good back four.
I'm not happy with the back four.
What? What's wrong with the back
I'm
four?
not. I didn't like Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Odolo as a right back.
No, Wan-Bissaka is good.
No. Wan-Bissaka on the ball is.
He's
Yo,
good enough. He's good enough.
He's not good enough, man. He's not good enough. Delo as well. We were talking about Delo like it was the second coming of something. So Delo is not good enough. I'm not happy. Varane. I can see Varane being a scapegoat this season. Varane's too injury prone. If Varane gets injured, we don't have a cover for Varane. Martinez has that button in his head that might get him sent off. I want to see that Todipo signing. I'd love to see that happen. I'd love to see him and Martinez start for us. I want to see us sign a right back because I think that's a big problem in our team, the right back spot. Left back Luke Shaw, Lord and Savior Luke Shaw, still holding it down. Love it. Yeah, I'm not convinced of that defense, man.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I would like to be honest, I would like two signings. I would like that to Todibo and Pavard. I wouldn't mind them as well. Oh, and even Amrabat. I think Man United, there's still space for a couple of signings for Man U. Since we're getting rid of McTominay, it seems like, and Maguire. But yeah, let's move to Liverpool. I had them fourth. I had them fourth.
Yeah,
Actually had them.
Where did I have Liverpool?
Third as well. I had third.
I had Liverpool fourth. I had United third.
Yeah, I had them fourth. Yeah, the main reason I had them fourth is that midfield. Like I said
with Caicedo, McAllister, and that Shibaluska, whatever his name is.
Soboslai.
Yeah, that guy's name. Yeah.
Soboslai. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
You don't think that's a good midfield?
Well, Caicedo, he's not going. But even if they sign Lavia instead, I still think that's an okay midfield. But McAllister is not a Klopp midfielder in my eyes. If Klopp wants to play the same way, and he's playing with McAllister and Slobozlai, whatever his name is, I don't see them as Klopp midfielders in terms of that energetic up and down, being that cover for defense, intense pressing.
Nah, he won't do that. Nah.
No.
He can't do that.
They're going to have the same issues as Man U had last season in terms of lesser teams being able to play them off the park and going back and forth with them. That was a big problem for Liverpool. Because before Klopp's prime midfield, they were so intense and the pressure was so much that you couldn't even get to the defense. Now it's easy to get to the defense and they're kind of getting exposed. I think the same will continue this season. Their saving grace is that attack. If everyone stays fit, they're going to score a lot of goals. I think they might be the highest scorers in the league.
The attack is crazy.
That's why I just had them above United, because I just feel they're gonna score enough goals to do it. And they got issues, but the goals, that attack, they got options. And Salah's good for 25.
Easy money, man.
Yeah, book it. Yeah, it's good for 25. So Gakpo gonna have full season. Diaz gonna be fit. It's still
Nunez
It's
is
still
learning how to
Jota.
finish.
Jota, yeah.
Yeah, so like, still got. I mean, the defensively, I feel like if they lose Konate, boy,
It's long.
because Matip is done. Is Matip still there? Matip is still there. Joe
Yeah,
Gomez.
Gomez. I don't know why they haven't got rid of Gomez because
They can't afford to. They can't afford to. They can't afford another centre back.
Yeah.
They still rely on Trent. He's a target in defense all the time. But yeah, I feel like Vin McAllister is an upgrade than whoever they had last year. They have obviously Szoboszlai too. I hope he does well. And I still think they'll add one more because everybody knows they got money now and they got the intent to spend it. So yeah, I think they'll be much better than last season.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That midfield for me ain't great. McAllister, I said it last season. I'm going to say it again. He's overrated. He is overrated.
You're gonna see.
I'm not going to see nothing. McAllister's overrated. I've seen enough of him. I watched him. He's not that good. He's overrated.
If McAllister played for Man United, he'd be technically your best midfielder. On a technical level, he will be.
Yo, if I got fit and played for Man United, I might be technically the best midfielder. Yo, Bruno isn't it. Let me get started on Man United. I didn't even get started on that. They're like crap. McAllister is good, but he's not going to be a game changer for Liverpool.
No, he's not.
Whatever. I haven't seen him play to even make a comment about him. And Caicedo, obviously, he's out here making, writing love letters to Chelsea. So I don't even know if he's going to come. So I don't know who they're going to sign. It's looking kind of peak because now Liverpool is saying to the market, we got 110 million ready for Caicedo. And Caicedo said, no, I'm not coming. I'm going to go Chelsea. So anyone they go to, they're going to say, listen,
they should
50 million price tag. Price has gone up by another 25 mil, my guy.
They should just sign Amrabat. Amrabat's there available.
They tried to. Amrabat said no. Yeah, they tried to sign Amrabat and he turned him down because he's waiting for United.
Rah.
Yeah, that would have been a good signing for them. But that's the sort of player that they need. Him, Caicedo, and those sort of players.
They bidded for Amrabat. Remember, they tried to go for Bellingham. Bellingham said, nah, I'm going Madrid.
Boy.
Like, no one wants to go to Liverpool right now. I don't know why. Is it the accent up in Liverpool? No clubs to go to. The weather.
It's the
Only
babes.
God knows.
It's the babes.
Yo,
you got to import the babes to Liverpool.
Dry. Yo, why you trying to hello? Wow, can't even understand what they're trying to say to you. Oh,
how you 21 with that money? You still got to bring the babes too.
Fam. Yo, you footballers out there, stop shipping babes, man. Look at Mendy. Behave yourselves, man. Shipping babes to Manchester got himself in trouble. Be careful. Consent. Yo, real talk, man.
But let's talk about two teams that are not in either of our top fours, Chelsea and Spurs. Let's start with Chelsea. All that money spent, Todd Boehly's not going to be happy with us. He spent all that money and none of us have got Chelsea in the top four. What's going on?
Chelsea, they've signed too many players. So the team chemistry is going to take a while to gel. Nicholas Jackson, is that his name?
Yeah.
I've seen him doing bits in preseason, but I can't comment because it's preseason and I've never really seen him beforehand, so I can't.
SB, you said something last week that was funny. You said someone like Nicholas Jackson is even better than Watkins, and that had me think. I'm like, is he better than Watkins? It's true.
Because sometimes we just gas people. You just come to the Prem
because they went to Chelsea.
Yeah,
but he just might be like Watkins is good though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like.
If you said Ollie Watkins was starting for Chelsea, would you put them top 4? You wouldn't put them top 4.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah, like with me, I can't comment on Nicholas Jackson too tough because I've never seen him play like that. So I can't really judge his ability right now. Pre-season looked pretty good. The keeper, who else is the keeper? The keeper Robert Sanchez from Brighton. He's decent.
So
But
what? Are they going to start him with a Kepa?
is he an
I think-
upgrade of a Kepa Mendy?
Mendy's gone, and Kepa. I think they still start Kepa. You know,
Yeah.
I think they still start Kepa.
And then Nkunku's out for a minute now. He's out
Like
for
6
maybe 4
months.
months.
Yeah.
So that's Axel Diassi, Disasi or whatever his name is. Is decent, but is he? They signed a lot of decent players, like the ones that I like. Like they ain't like for me. Marlo Gusto is that outstanding player that they signed in. I think he's very good. They're right back, and right back they've got him and Reece James.
Yeah.
So I like
Well,
Gusto, but a lot of their signings.
You might like Gusto, but he's still a backup right back. He's a backup.
But I take him as a starter at United. I'll take him.
Yeah.
And like, someone made a good point on Twitter. I read that like people always wondered if someone like a top team had a Brighton type of transfer strategy, and we've seen it with Chelsea, where they sign young players and send them on loan and see what happens. It looks kind of ugly for Chelsea. Let's be real. So not every top team can do what Brighton does because it's going to look mad. And Chelsea are doing what Brighton are doing, just with like a larger scale, I'll say. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I think because I was going to say they're playing FM right now. They're signing all the young talents
And just seeing what sticks.
seeing what are gone. And
Yeah.
in 5 years' time, we might be laughing now, but in 5 years' time, they might be laughing at everyone like, yo, we signed all the best young talents. Now we're reaping the benefits of it. So I see what they're doing. We're laughing now, but they might turn around and do that politician. You all laughed at me. You ain't laughing now. So
Farage, isn't it?
the one that got his bank account cancelled. So yeah, like right now, yeah, there's just a lot of decent players, but nothing game changers. That's why I haven't got them in my top 4. And the other one, Spurs, their Lord and Savior Sugar Kane has gone. Like they tried to put like a last minute embargo on him, like, yo, you ain't going, bruv. I believe he's a crook. Yo.
You're there with your family you're there with your family at the airport. Wife and kids.
Imagine he's out there reading his German booklet, trying to learn how to say hi in German, and he's got a phone call from Daniel Levy saying, "Yeah, fam, you ain't leaving, bro. We need 10 more million on that." Oh, that's head loss, but he's going. So that's 30 Premier League goals gone already. That's 30. And then with Spurs, what we was complaining about last season was that they needed a creator. So they got Maddison in. They got a creator, and now their Lord and Savior's gone. So it's like, who are you creating for? One thing I want to say with Spurs, yeah, Richard Alisson, he ain't gonna get you 30 goals. He's just not.
But the opportunity Spurs have now to reinvest into the team, that could propel them to, I say, top 6.
We said, yeah, like it's not out of scope to get to top 6. But Spurs had this chance before with Gareth Bale. What did they do? They pissed the money away. They didn't reinvest it properly. And the thing with Spurs as well is, as a new manager, he's going to want to implement new style. He wasn't known for being very defensively astute. The defense is still kind of poor. Do they still need another midfielder in there? They still need centre backs. The keeper that they signed pre-season wasn't looking too good. He didn't look like he was an upgrade of what's my man's name? Lloris. So they still got a keeping problem. Now they need a striker. I was saying on Twitter, it might be outlandish, but with that 100 million or whatever they're gonna get, but this guy, he probably wouldn't even call me on his American accent. I was gonna say, yeah, maybe dash 35 million at Lukaku. See how it goes till Jan, and then drop 50 million for Ivan the Gambler.
Yeah, I would say we just go straight for Ivan Toney. 60 mil.
Like I would go for him in Jan.
Brentford won't say no to 60 mil.
Exactly. So if you dash 35 million to Lukaku, hold us down till Jan, 60 million for Ivan the Gambler, you still got 15 million left to do something.
No, you don't have to dash the 35 million on Lukaku. Just take him on loan. Take him on loan for the year.
Yeah, take him off Chelsea's hands.
Yeah.
Have him.
Or would you try to go for Ollie Watkins or someone like that? We'll go for.
Especially with Ollie Watkins. I thought he said Nketiah was better than Ollie Watkins. Now you can't stop talking about man.
Nah, but would Watkins go to Spurs though? Because you know he's an Arsenal fan.
Doesn't matter, man. Darren
He'll
Bent
go
plays
because
for
he knows
Spurs.
he's never gonna go. He's never gonna play.
That's the highest he's
Arsenal.
ever gonna go.
But the thing is, if you're Ollie Watkins, Villa, you can argue their team's better than Spurs' team right now. So you're gonna leave that Villa project.
They're more stable, I would say. I don't know if they're
Well,
better. They're more stable.
Villa's team right now.
In 5 years' time, Spurs are still going to be in and around where they are, or going to be in and around the top
Don't
6.
forget,
5
Villa's
years'
got one
time,
of the richest owners. They've got one of the richest owners in the Prem. They've got an experienced, very, very good manager who's very well respected across Europe, who wins Europa Cups like as nothing. They've got a very good manager. They've got a very good team. Are you going to leave Villa to go to Spurs, who you're in and around anyways?
what do you think? Has Mitrovic left?
Apparently,
Fulham still holding him hostage.
Fulham again. So
Yeah.
if he's not gone now, he's going.
Would you go for Mitrovic though? Is it like 30, 40 mil?
No,
They shouldn't
because
go.
Mitrovic, I think he suits the type of football that Fulham play, and Mitrovic wants the money now. So if he's trying to leave Fulham to go Saudi Arabia, what? So I was gonna say he's beefing Fulham to go to Saudi Arabia. So what can Spurs offer him that's going to make him stay in England? He wants the Saudi money. So Fulham's London as well. So
But he might want to stay in London.
No, but he wants to leave Fulham for that money because the money that they're throwing at him, it's mad. Spurs are not going to throw a crazy amount of money at him. They don't do that.
No. Just to go back quickly, Chelsea, like both of you mentioned, they signed a lot of players. I think that's why they'll struggle. To me, they don't look like a team with a team spirit. If I were to sign for Chelsea, if a player is coming to Chelsea, why are they coming to Chelsea? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Money. So that something like that doesn't lead to a good team spirit. Yeah, I have them finishing outside the top 4. They're going to struggle to get it together. And your point on Chelsea signing all these youngsters, they've been doing it. But Chelsea been signing all these youngsters and then loaning them out. People like Piazon, people like Colwill. There's so many names I can't even think of they've done.
KDB.
Salah.
They had a young
Lukaku. All them, man.
Even Diaby. Remember that Diaby, that midfielder?
Diaby.
No.
The one who played for Real Madrid, Arsenal.
Diarra.
I mean, Diarra.
Yeah,
Diarra.
Yeah. They've had so many youngsters that they've bought. Oscar. They've done this and it hasn't worked. So them doing it again, thinking that they're doing something innovative, it doesn't work for Chelsea because the level that they're at. Like you can slot into Brighton and develop. Chelsea, you need to be a grown man. Like you need to be able to play and make an impact straight away. And that's difficult as a youngster.
With that, Chelsea before when they're signing youngsters, they're signing big name players. Now the players that they're signing is not like crazy big names. They're signing good up and coming players. So you can say as a youngster now, I'm not competing with like a Didier Drogba or Michael Essien or Frank Lampard. You're not competing with these world beaters.
No, but they weren't even.
Nkunku's a good up and coming young player. He's not a big name.
No, but they were signing kids. Even back then, I met even someone came to mind, someone like Franco Di Santo. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a youngster that Chelsea first signed. And then it didn't work out, and then he bounced around and he just fizzled out.
But like I was saying, like before they were signing youngsters and they were doing Galactico policy, essentially, signing all these big names. So the youngsters couldn't find a way in. Now the players that they have, you can see the youngsters forcing their way in potentially. You can see the path. There's no like big names where it's like, he's too big a name to put a youngster in.
Yeah, I hear your point. We'll see.
What I don't get about Chelsea is for the money they spent, they've actually spent a hell of a lot of money.
$1 billion.
They literally could have bought an 11 by now, like a top 11, not just youngsters. They could have bought like established players. They could have bought people like Maddison. They could have bought players like I don't know, kept Havertz. I don't know, kept Mount. I don't know what they could have done, but they could have done much better. They could have bought back Caicedo with all the money they've spent already.
Yeah, it's like
They
they
could've-
spent
they
all this
could've-
money, but they still don't have a midfield.
They could have dropped 110 on Caicedo months ago if they're going to spend all this other money elsewhere.
I think Chelsea playing the long game that people can't see. I think they've got a project. I didn't see them expecting to win the Premier League within the next 3 years, because the way they're spending and the way their signings are leaning towards, they're not signing players that are going to win in Premier in the next couple of years. It looks like they're trying to build a crazy squad. So I don't know if their aim is to win the Prem, and they've signed a Poch who's known for developing players. So everything that they're doing right now kind of screams we're playing a different game now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So that's kind of what I'm seeing with Chelsea. That's why I'm not putting them as title contenders. They've got players that are good enough to try and compete, but not good enough to win it outright. So
yeah,
maybe they're trying to go for cup competitions.
maybe, and then develop the youth, like you said. But as for Spurs, Kane's gone, so that means that there's no way they're going to finish in the top 4. It's on the manager to galvanize the squad now, to kind of put a chip on their shoulder to say, people are writing us off because Kane's gone. Let's show them what we can do. But that's not going to do anything, because everyone knows deep down Kane is that guy.
Kane is known globally as Spurs are known globally as Harry Kane and brothers. That he's gone. They're just brothers now. They're in trouble. They might finish 12th.
Well, all I know is they're going to finish outside of the top 4. Let's see what someone like Richarlison does. No one rates him, but now he can play number 9. I think that's his true position. He's not a winger. He's a striker in my eyes. That's where Brazil play him. Let's see what he can do. Ivan Toney, like you said, would be a great signing for them. Lukaku, he's not the type of player that you bring on a short-term deal, because he'll just chill. Like, to get the best out of Lukaku, you have to build a team around him. You have to put your arm around him and motivate him. If Spurs are prepared to do that, he'll be a great signing in my eyes. I think that's his level right now. And if the team plays for him, he's a goal scorer. Whether you like him or hate him, you don't rate him, you can't deny that he gets goals. And if he doesn't get goals, he's always in an opportunity. He always creates opportunities to get goals. He's always in a position to get goals, and that's half of the job as a striker, to be in position. So I think he'll be a good signing if they, in the right circumstance. Yeah, they're not going to finish top 4, like I said. It might be a struggle. I see they're trying to play real football now. You saw that little clip, what they've done to Barcelona. Let's see
what Barcelona did to them, 4-2.
I know, but you can see that they've changed their style of play. I don't think it will be effective in terms of them making progress this season. And they'll finish outside the top 4. One more team. Let's talk about Newcastle. I didn't have them in the top 4. I don't think any one of us had them in the top 4.
No.
I think they'll be close though. The only reason I don't have them in the top 4 is I don't really feel they improved their first 11 that much. And although I have no expectations for them in the Champions League, I think if they get knocked out of the group stages, do they fall into Europa League? I think but next year that changes actually. Yeah, I think they'll fall into Europa League, so it might be a long season for them. Yeah, I don't think they got the depth, and yeah, I don't think they improved their first 11 that much to be better than United, Liverpool, Arsenal, or City.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I love Tonali as a player, but I don't think that's going to work, because you've seen the videos. He does not want to be there. His wife tried to gas him up, like, the gym's better. Like, no, it's not. He looked so vexed when she made that comment. He doesn't want to be there, and he might play well to get himself back to AC, but I don't think that's a wise investment to sign a player who clearly does not want to be anywhere. He doesn't want to learn English. He doesn't want to hear no Newcastle accents. He just doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be in the snow, in the rain, in the winter. He doesn't want to be there. So I don't know about Tonali. Harvey Barnes, is he that much of an upgrade over what's that guy that they got rid of? What's his
Saint
name?
Maximin. Saint
Yeah,
Maximin.
Alan is Harvey Barnes an upgrade of Saint Maximin? You can argue for either. So yeah, like you were saying, transfers, yeah, still got a bit of time to see what the window's going to say, but they didn't really improve the team that much. So that's why. And I think towards the end of the season, teams are starting to find them out a little bit. They started the season crazy, and then towards the end, they started stuttering a little bit. Like they were starting to lose and draw. So I feel like teams are starting to figure them out a bit. And I'm going to make a wild prediction, but who's the manager called again?
Eddie Howe.
I reckon they're going to sack him.
No. Newcastle would be as good as they were last year. It's just that everybody else got better than them, and they're not new.
That's why they're going to sack him.
They're not
That's
new.
the thing. Like the reason why they finished in the top 4 last season is because everyone fell off. Well, a lot of teams fell off. A lot of teams were in rebuilding phases. Now some of those teams they've had that rebuilding season, and now they're on another level. And I think that's why they'll finish outside of the top 4.
They're going
They're
to
a
sack
good
him.
team. That's the thing. They're a good team. They've improved. It's just, I don't know, when you're not an established team like a Man U or a Liverpool, it's harder to make top 4 season in, season out. It's easier for them teams. So that's why I have them outside the top 4. I like the business that is done on paper anyway. Signing Tonali was a good signing on paper. Like you said, whether he wants to be here or not, that's a different question.
Yeah, like look at Scamacca. Italian players don't really fare well in England. If you think about down the years, how many have
It's
not
been-
top Italian players don't leave Italy.
Yeah, back then, a lot of Italian players were successful in the Prem. Now, of late,
Zola, Di Canio.
yeah, back then, but now, no. People like
It's just Jorginho.
and Jorginho is not even. He's Brazilian.
Yeah, not hateful in no one.
Yeah, he's
Balotelli
Brazilian.
didn't do well in the Prem.
Yeah, Balotelli. Remember Aquilani?
Yeah, he came back with didn't Liverpool sign Sassuolo? Isn't he Italian? Or was that an Italian team?
I think they signed someone. They signed a few Italians, and I don't think it worked. I remember they signed some defender, but yeah, Balotelli didn't work. Aquilani
Man
didn't
United,
work. Darmian didn't work. Even for Newcastle, what's his name? Davide Santoni didn't work. There was that striker for Man City. He flopped. Scamacca flopped.
Striker for Man City.
I forgot his name. I forgot his name. But he had a great season in Italy. Came to Man City and flopped.
I can't remember.
I forgot his name though. I have to Google that. But yeah, you're right. It's been a lot of Italian players of late have come to England and have flopped. And it's not looking good so far for Tonali, to be honest, in terms of body language. But he is a good player. And I like the signing of Harvey Barnes. He's more consistent than ASM. Livramento is a good signing. But yeah, I have them finishing outside the top 4.
Why has no one showing love for Aston Villa? I need Villa love, man. Villa, they're my surprise package team, man. If any team's going to challenge top 4 unexpectedly, Villa are that team, man. SB on mute.
Oh, that's the one.
So you're saying Villa and not Brighton? What are you saying?
That's
why
I feel like
the reason why they're not getting love is because are they better than Newcastle? Are they better than Brighton? Are they going to be better than
I think they're on the
Chelsea?
same level. I think they're better than Chelsea. I think they're on the same level as your Brighton and your Newcastle. It's going to be a shootout with them three.
You think they're on the same level as Newcastle?
Maybe Newcastle a tad better, but I think Villa. I have a lot of love for Villa's team. I don't think what's that guy? The Belgian lad that they signed.
Tielemans.
He's not a bad pickup at all.
He's a great pickup.
And the right winger, the one we're talking about, the pacey guy, Diaby is a very good player, rapid. He's going to cause defense problems with his pace. So these little signings that they made, I like it. And if they get the Zaniolo signing across, it's another very good signing. So Villa, they're not to be sneezed at. The thing with Brighton, yeah. Remember last time we was talking about Evan Ferguson. What's the price tag going to be for that guy? Because Caicedo's 110 million, yeah. He might be 150 million the way they're moving.
Nah, 100 million.
100 million. Caicedo was, if Evan Ferguson has a breakthrough season, the price of the brick. If you think inflation is bad right now, 150 million minimum.
Good boy.
The fact that no one's signing this summer, you ain't signing that guy unless you break your bank. He's going to be crazily priced. If he comes good like we think he is.
Let's see, because I'm sure if he has a breakout season, he's due a new deal. And I'm sure his people are not dumb. They're going to insert some clauses in the contract that allows him to leave at a reasonable price. Or
not Brighton, because you would have said that about Caicedo, that they would have put clauses in there. Brighton don't do clauses. They're not going to put no. They've learned their lesson. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, "No, you're going to sign this contract, and we'll sell you at the price we want to sell you at." And they're already scouting Caicedo replacements already.
yeah,
So Brighton, yeah.
Well, yeah, Brighton. I think Europe will hinder them, like Aston Villa as well. I like the signing of Pau Torres for Aston Villa as well. Good centre back with European experience. So yeah, I think they've improved the midfield and at the back as well. Aston Villa. They got a good manager in Emery. Yeah, they are a nice team. Maybe top 7 finish would be good for them.
They should be pushing top 6 easy because the Villa don't want to be playing Europa Conference League.
Nah, that's the thing. These teams like Aston Villa, any opportunity to win a trophy, you have to take it. You have to take it. Look at West Ham.
If you're Villa,
West Ham are getting relegated this season, and
yeah, but if you're Villa,
it's worth it for them. It's worth it for them.
It's worth it for West Ham, but if you're Villa, Europa Conference League is not where you're trying to be at. Europa League, yeah. Champions League, that's the dream. Europa Conference League, even on FIFA, you don't want to see that tournament.
Nah, but they're not. Aston Villa right now, they're not good enough to win the Europa League, and they're not good enough to win the Champions League. If they want to win a trophy,
League, they got the manager to win it as well. That manager wins it for fun.
They got the manager, but they haven't got the players. And Aston Villa, they're not used to being in Europe. Sevilla, they used to be in Europe. They know the fact from the fans to the players. They all have that experience.
Yeah, but Aston Villa, they got a manager who's used to being in Europe, who's used to winning it, and they've got the history as well behind them. They've done it in the past.
They have.
Villa are going to be a problem this season. I like Villa, man. Do you know what team I'm liking right now? Bournemouth.
Oh, hell no.
I want to watch Bournemouth. I love the sign of Alex Scott. Bournemouth are going to be my team to watch. Justin Kluivert. I want to see how he does in the Prem. Even Junior Traore. Again, I want to see. Bournemouth have made some decent signings. Max Aarons. Again, he was one that was talked about a couple of years ago. I want to see how he does. These are pretty decent signings Bournemouth have made. I want to see what Bournemouth are going to say. I'm really looking out for Alex Scott because he's one that everyone's been talking about. And because I was thinking to myself, why ain't no one tried to sign this guy? And Bournemouth have signed him, so I want to see what it is.
Let's get on to relegation. What teams do you think are going to get relegated this season?
Luton.
Luton.
I love you, man. I went uni Luton. We all went uni Luton. We've got some memories, but yo.
Shout out Big Sean.
Barber,
Jumbos. You're going down. You're going down.
Big Sean, Jumbos. What's my trainer guy called?
What's the
How you gonna forget Dan?
Oh yeah.
I got this chocolate, If you want to lose weight, this chocolate will help you lose weight. If you want to gain weight, this chocolate will help you gain weight. Yo,
no one knows what the hell we're talking about, but it is what it is.
Yo, if you're in Luton, you know where I'm going. But yeah, I think I have Luton going down immediately. I don't think they're going to be good enough. And what's the situation in the stadium?
Yeah, Kenilworth Road is on. They're going to be playing there.
Are they allowed to play there now?
Yeah.
Because I heard they had to play like the first few games on a different ground because it wasn't going to be ready in time. Because I know Power Court hasn't been built because I parked there the other day So that play he ain't built. So
I don't know. I thought they were just playing away games. I didn't know they were playing home games in a neutral venue.
I know that because away games you'd be playing in a neutral venue anyways, in a different venue. But I know home games, yeah.
No, but I thought like it got scheduled in terms of they scheduled some away games so they can get it done quickly.
Get the stadium done. But boy, like if you live on Kenilworth Road, you're gonna be watching Premier League games for fun because this stadium is next door to Habibi. So like, you'd be watching games for fun. Luton are going down, man. So if you live next to the stadium, watch as much as you can because they're gone. I got Sheffield United going straight back down. Have they still got that David McGoldrich or whatever that Champions League Inzaghi, Championship Inzaghi? Yeah, Sheffield United, I have them going down, and the last one, this one's going to be tricky. But I've got Wolves. I've got Wolves because Wolves have lost a lot of players. They got rid of the manager.
They signed no one too.
And signed no one. So yeah, I got Wolves going down. So I've got Sheffield United, Wolves, and Luton.
Interesting. I got Luton are gone. I got Burnley going down. The reason I got Burnley going down is because I think they'll try and do this football thing, try and come up playing football, and then they'll come to the Prem and they'll find out you can't do that at this level. And they'll get found out and they won't change their style and they'll get relegated. The third one is tough. Wolves, that's a great shout. West Ham could very well go down because they're in the Europa League as well this season. They're going to be in a relegation battle.
They haven't signed anybody yet officially as of today.
Yeah, and they still haven't signed anyone.
But they've got a bid accepted for Ward-Prowse, a bid accepted for Maguire.
Ward-Prowse, who just got relegated. Maguire. I don't need to say anything about
Maguire. He's a decent player. He's not United level, but Maguire, we've seen it for England. We saw it for Leicester. He's a decent player. As much as we like to banter him, he's not bad. And for West Ham, he's not gonna have the expectations like he did at United. He's gonna have a system that will suit him. He's gonna have a manager that's Brexit. Maguire might flourish at West Ham. Ward-Prowse, Brexit footballer. David Moyes loves that. I think they might be all right. They just need to sign a couple more players. They need a striker desperately because they can't go another season with Mikel Antonio as the main striker. Just can't happen. I think they need
they're going down. I'm going West Ham down.
West Ham, yeah, okay.
If West Ham don't get a striker and they sell Paqueta too, I just can't see them sending Rice and Paqueta and they don't improve that 11. So I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. But I'm going Sheffield, Luton, and I'm going Everton. Everton have been there the last 2 years, and they just could be this could be the year that it's their time to go down. So just a bit people don't expect it because it's Sean Dyche, but I need Everton out of here, man.
Have they made any signings?
I don't think they have. Let me check. Ashley Young and Danjuma. And they got rid of Damari Gray. They got rid of Yerry Mina. Have they got rid of Gray? Not yet. But they got rid of Yerry Mina. Yerry Mina was one of their best centre-backs.
Probably was the best centre-back.
Yeah, Damari Gray, he wants to go.
Well, he only ever turns up against Man United, Damari Gray.
But I feel, yeah, man. I don't really like their team. And I think, just out of left field, I'm going for Everton.
Do you reckon they could keep hold of Onana?
Yeah. Nobody's coming in for him at the price.
United are trying to come in.
For how much? How much would you pay for Onana?
I'll pay 50 mil for him. If Masonic Mount is 60 mil, I'm paying 50 mil for Onana. But we don't have 50 mil, so yeah, we better keep our mouth shut. Man. We ain't got
and if you're Everton, how much would you sell him for? Look at Caicedo money.
If I'm Everton and I've seen that United are dumb enough to sign Mount for 60, I'm selling for 80.
You're saying at least 60, 65, 70 mil.
If Mount can go for 60, then Onana could go for 80. That's how I'm basing everything off. If Mount could go for 60, then you can go for more. That's how I'm looking at everything.
How much did
Yo,
Man City sign
everything in
Kobe?
me hates this Mount signing.
30 mil.
Hate it.
30 mil, bro.
I don't know. Is it Man? Do Man City just direct deposit 30 mil straight? That's why they accept. That's why they get these low bids accepted. I'm thinking
It must be, It must
maybe
be.
these
Nothing-
teams are coming with like, we'll pay 5 mil, and then 10 years later we'll pay 2 mil, and then all these. I
It
think
could
Man
be
City just
because
like
Man City
30
got
mil
this
bank.
money up front, innit? But then
Yeah.
the thing is, Kovacic is what he's approaching 30. It's been injury
Injury prone.
prone,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah,
made
yeah,
sense for Chelsea to get rid of him at that time as well because he's older, injury prone. Makes sense and to balance the books as well. And with Chelsea, they've got rid of Mount for 60 million. If you could get rid of Mount for 60 million, you're smiling. They got rid of Havertz for nearly the money that they paid for him. So again, you're smiling again. 30 mil for Kovacic. Chelsea smiling. Did they even spend 30 mil for Kovacic when they signed him?
Maybe. I
I'm
think
not
40.
sure.
I don't know.
So they pretty much got their money back for Kovacic. Made profit because Mount is an academy player and got rid of Havertz for nearly the money that they paid back for him. So City just do some judge, man, because they'll sign players that everyone else will sign for 100 million for 50 mil.
Well, yeah. Let's see. They're winning right now.
Already?
Yeah.
Guess who? That big machine up top.
Yo.
Quickly before we go, let's do top goal scorer and player to watch out for, or player who's gonna have a
Goal
breakout
scorer,
season.
he's already started
Yeah,
scoring,
he's already
so
started-
let's just give it to
he's
him.
already
Haaland did it.
Yeah.
He's already started the business.
Yeah, Haaland. And who else? What else?
And player to watch out for, or player like you think is gonna have a good season or breakout that no one would think.
Breakout season in terms of no one would think Kobe Mainoo from Man United. I think he's sensational and he's free. Yeah. I can't think of any other players on top of my head right now. Sorry,
yeah.
Alex Scott. One to watch.
I just think Havertz. I can't really think of anyone else. Havertz. Nobody's expecting much from Havertz, but I feel Havertz is going to have a big impact on the team. Yeah, that's my pick.
I'm gonna go with João Pedro for Brighton.
Mm.
You know, Brighton always have that one player that everyone's like, where did this guy come from? I think
I've heard good things about him.
João Pedro can be that guy. See, I'm going with him. And top goal scorer, yeah. Haaland.
Yeah, he's already in his BS.
I think Nunez will get a lot of goals this season as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just see that by Haaland all day. Interested to see how many goals Isak gets as well. I don't think he's like a 25.
I think you
Yeah.
get 20. You know, I think you
You
get 20.
think?
Yeah.
Isak's good, but Isak looks like he's a bit injury prone as well. Can't lie.
Mm.
Did he have a 5-game string last season? It was like he start a couple games, get injured, start a couple games, get injured, come off the bench.
Yeah, we'll have to see him. We'll have to see him. But he did have a good first season. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's good. I'd love him at United, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. How many goals do you think Højlund's going to get this season?
I don't know. Is he gonna fix his back? I don't know.
Fit.
Like
Assuming he's fully fit, how many goals would you say he would get?
17, 18.
what in all comps
Prem.
Just,
In the Prem.
just 17 goals max.
in the Prem? That's a lot, you know. I'll say maybe like 12 goals, only because he's still 20. United have got wingers that they know how to pass. We're going to be relying on Bruno to be our most creative player a lot of the times. So I can't see him going wild like Haaland. So yeah, I'll say maybe like 12 to 15 max in the Prem. That's if he's fit. Yeah, my boy Marweezy might get sold to Inter. So we might have another striker coming in. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I see something. I'll say 14 if he's fully fit. 14. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, anything else you want to add?
I hate Mount.
Support your player, man.
Ah, man, never. Yo,
Can he play a competitive game for us before you start hating?
You know what the funny thing is, yeah? He's gonna have a
man.
great debut as well. He's probably gonna have a great debut, score a goal or two.
I hate the signing of Mount so much. Yeah, nothing in me is excited about that guy. Anything else I want to add? Caicedo said no to Liverpool. Kane's gone to Bayern. Well, Kane took our advice, isn't it? Remember last season when we said, if you're Kane, are you going Bayern or are you staying at Tottenham? SB said stay at Tottenham and break the record. I said go to Bayern.
I would stay.
I'll say go to Bayern. I think he should go. I said he should go and he's gone.
Didn't Bayern win 10 Bundesligas in a row?
Go there and win your 11th.
Nah.
If I'm Kane, like I said last year,
nah.
When my grandkids ask me, what did you win, Granddad? Bundesliga, German Cup, potentially Champions League, compared to I broke Alan Shearer's record. But then someone turn around and say, yeah, but Jimmy Greaves has got more goals than you.
But you know what, yeah? I will say that shows the mentality of Kane. Kane sees himself as, I want to be with the Ronaldos and Messis. I want to be like a winner, a serial winner.
I disagree, because if you had that mentality, you would have left about 4 years ago.
But he tried to leave. He tried to leave to go Man City, but...
No, how many people have tried to leave and left? Kane didn't really try to leave. He kind of, I wouldn't mind going, He didn't. If he really tried to leave, he would have been gone. He signed a contract extension when he could have gone. He's been there for so long. And now he's turning 30. Now he's finding out, it's time to go. Like, he was loyal to a fault, because I feel like with a lot of English players, they just want to be loyal because they want to be one of the lads. And then they end up sacrificing their careers for it. He should have gone time ago. Now he's 30. He's slowing down a little bit. I don't know, man. I would have gone 4 years ago, but I'm happy for him. Go win your trophies. Go tell your grandkids stories of how you lifted trophies, because all you're going to tell them is top goal scorer in the Premier League, and I lifted them the Audi Cup, and what's that trophy that they won in pre-season?
Who cares?
Exactly. That's what his grandchildren say to him. Who cares, Granddad? Yeah, who cares about these trophies? So yeah, go do your thing, Harry Kane. I'm happy for you, proud of you, love you. No. Go, because Tottenham are going to be shit now. But man, I can't wait to play Tottenham. We're going to catch up. They're more okay to worry about. We're going to whoop them. Yeah. Yeah, bye, Kane.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have stayed if I was him. Got that record. But I think he needed, like, is it 44 goals?
I would have stayed, man. If he's that close.
I would have banged out 2 seasons and then gone.
But in 2 seasons, yeah, he's turning 30 this year. Bang out 2 seasons. By the time you leave, you're turning 32. The thing with football is players are only getting faster. They're only getting more physical. They're only getting even more technical. Within 2 seasons, you might not be competitive enough to actually go to a team to win anything.
No, it's a gamble. Harry Kane is Harry Kane.
He will.
Harry Kane's Harry Kane, but it's a gamble, man. It's a gamble, and he could get injured again. Remember, he went through that patch where he just kept getting injured. There's nothing more certain in life. There's nothing certain in life. If I'm Harry Kane, I've done everything that I could for Tottenham. I've got to finals and I bottled it. Remember, he got to Champions League final, bottled it. Got to League Cup final, bottled it. So it's not for the lack of trying. He bottled it. Go, you've tried. Leave Spurs a legend. Don't go to another Premier League team. And because if he stays another season, he's free next season. So you'd have to sign another contract to stay longer. So what's the point? He's not going to break the record this season. So what's the point of staying? To get even closer. So say he scores 30 and now it's 14 away. Is he going to sign another 4-year prison sentence to try and break Alan Shearer's record?
No, just sign a quick year deal.
But they're not doing that, because they know that after that they're going to have to lose him for less money.
I'm sure another Prem team wouldn't mind picking him up.
Another Prem team, but the thing is, another Prem team are not going to sign Harry Kane for 80 million that Tottenham are going to try to slap on them.
No. If he stayed this year, Man United will take him next year on the free.
But if he stayed this year
for 2 seasons,
Daniel Levy's not going to let him stay and let him leave on a free.
Daniel Levy doesn't have that choice though.
But the Oga at the top, his Ogas at the top told him sell him or make him sign a contract. That's what they said to him, because they said we can't afford to let him leave on a free next season.
For me, I would have stayed and broke the record because that's a record that's never probably that won't be potentially broken in 30, 40 years potentially. And if you look at all the Prem strikers across the history of the Prem, if you can say you scored more goals than all of them, that's almost like a trophy itself, because the Prem has had so many great strikers down the years. And if you score more goals than all of them, it's potentially the worst team. He's never had a title winning level team, never. Even Alan Shearer had a title level winning team, and he's never even had that. And you could score more goals than all of them. I would have that over then going to Bayern Munich, and you're not the reason they win.
No, man, I would.
They've won before you. They're gonna win after you.
Yeah, and I won with them.
It doesn't really matter if
Like
you're there
for me,
or not.
yeah, that record it
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
make sense. It does not make sense,
Fair
that
enough.
record, because you play football to win something, to accomplish something. Football's a team game. If Kane was a boxer and he wanted to stay and box and win and break records as a boxer, then cool. But he's a footballer. The whole point of football is to win. If you're playing and not winning, but you're just known as the top scorer, but you won nothing, that's embarrassing. Alan Shearer won the Premier League, but no one, if you're not educated, you wouldn't know that he won it. All he's remembered for is his goals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But then the thing is, once someone breaks Harry Kane's record, then that's it. No one's going to care about Harry Kane. But if he's won it, because say Harry Kane, 20 years time, someone's broken his Premier League record and he's on Sky Sports, and they put Harry Kane, former England captain, with maybe like 100 caps, former Premier League Tottenham player. That's it. That's all his credentials. That's it. No Harry Kane. Even Jamie Carragher gets Jamie Carragher, Champions League winner, Carling Cup winner. He gets credentials. If you're Harry Kane, the player that you are, there's no credentials to your name. You played football to win and you won nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Goal scorer.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think. That's why I said earlier before about his desire to become like a global superstar. You see him even outside of football doing. He was on what's that podcast, that Hot Wings.
Yeah, Hot Wings. Yeah. Like he's trying.
Like he was on that. You see him doing work with the NFL. He's trying to move abroad, trying to become that international.
It's time for him to leave,
because Alan Shearer in this country,
he's beloved.
He's that guy. Outside of England, he's not really that guy.
No one knows him.
Yeah, he's not as known as he should be for the striker that he is, because he didn't play in the Champions League. He didn't win the Champions League. He didn't win even Europa League.
Alan Shearer was one of the best strikers of all time, and no one knows that outside of England. Why?
So,
because he's got to go.
In that sense, I see why he wants to leave. But saying all that, I still think he should have stayed and broke the record.
No, man, burn the record, man. I couldn't care less about the record. I want to win. I want to play back videos of me lifting Champions League trophies, lifting Bundesliga trophies, lifting trophies with my teammates, celebrating, because the moments you never get as a player. Most players never go through that moment. Okay, you break the record, you're going to be happy for maybe a couple minutes. Like, oh yeah, Harry Kane, record goal scorer. Yay. Remember he broke the England record goal scoring. What happened there? Nothing. He just got a couple articles about it and life goes on. He broke England's goal scoring record. Nothing's happened with that. Because
England ain't won anything.
Exactly. he breaks the Premier League record. What's going to happen with that? Yeah, everyone's talking about how he ain't won nothing now. So when he breaks the record, what are they going to say? Yeah, he broke the record, but he still didn't win nothing. That's always going to be Harry Kane's legacy. Yeah, he broke the record, but he was too comfortable. He didn't leave. He didn't do nothing. He stayed at Spurs, broke the record, and didn't win nothing. That's Harry Kane. Harry Kane, the champion of winning nothing. His legacy is I won nothing, but I broke the records. That's it. I'm a record breaker with no credentials behind me apart from breaking records for scoring goals, but I didn't help my team to win anything. And then they're going to pull up Champions League final, disappeared, ghosted. League Cup final, disappeared, ghosted. So he was in position to win something, didn't. So go buy and go win something, get some credentials, and you're still going to be one of the Premier League all-time top scorers as well.
No, I hear
win-win. And you're still England record-breaking scorer.
I hear that. Either way, both ways. I think
I'm cutting.
as long as he's scoring goals, it's win-win.
Bruv, I'm learning German this instant. Guten Tag. Yo, you better start learning, bro. Just go. Leave Spurs behind. Leave it. Because football's about your legacy, about what you did in the game. Yeah, I scored a lot of goals, but look at Thierry Henry. He's not Premier League record goal scorer, but you would never say Kane's on Henry's level. Never. You wouldn't put Kane in the same sentence as Henry. Why? Henry's a golden child. What did Henry do with Arsenal? They went unbeaten. Unbeaten.
My final point is this: yeah, Shearer is not even near the level of Henry, not even close. But whenever you speak about Henry's name, Shearer is in and around that conversation only because of the goals, not because of the prems, but because of the goals. And even when you speak on people like Aguero, I think Aguero is probably one of the best strikers ever in the Prem. Van Nistelrooy, all these guys, but you can never say they're better than Shearer, only because of the sheer amount of goals. It doesn't matter about Prem titles; it's sheer amount of goals he scored, and he's well and above all of them. And that record is still going to be intact. So think about it. If Harry Kane goes now, when's the next person? When is that record going to be broken? Another 30 years now. So potentially might hold the record for 50 years. Potentially.
1 point. The only counter to your argument, Shearer won the Prem, and you're top scorer the season that he won it. So that's why you can put Shearer up there with Henry, because you can't just say he scored goals and didn't win nothing. Yeah, he won the Premier League as well. So his goals amounted to something. When you say Alan Shearer, Premier League winner and record goal scorer in the Premier League, when you say Harry Kane, yeah, he didn't win the Prem. Yeah, record goal scorer, but yeah, Alan Shearer won the Prem. All these other players won the Prem. What about you? What did you win? Alan Shearer can stand up there with all these guys because he actually won the Prem. He actually won it.
Yeah, the thing with Alan Shearer, yeah, you're right, but it's the Europe thing that lets him down.
The thing is, when you put Shearer's name, people respect him because he actually won the Prem.
But that's how I say in this country though. Abroad, nah.
No, yeah, but that's in this country he's respected. But Harry Kane, the debate will always be with Harry Kane. He didn't win anything. Alan Shearer can never put that on him. He won something. Even if he didn't win anything again, he actually won something. Harry Kane didn't even win anything. Not even a Carling Cup. Won nothing. You got to go for your own career. You got to go. Like you want to talk about Aguero. Aguero won the Premier League. Henry's won the Premier League. Wayne Rooney's won it. Defoe won a trophy. Jermaine Defoe won a trophy for Spurs. It's something that Harry Kane, couldn't do. Andy Cole won Premier League. Dwight York won Premier League. Jamie Vardy won the Premier League. All of these are won.
Remember we was having that debate, whose career do you want, Vardy or Kane?
Like I said, I want Vardy. Vardy's won the Prem and FA Cup, and he's up there Premier League 100.
Yeah, man, it's an interesting one. Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you have, if you were Kane, would you have stayed and broke the record, or would you have left to Bayern and had the opportunity to win trophies? Because you know he's going to win the Bundesliga. Going to have a great opportunity to win the Champions League as well. Great opportunity.
Imagine if you leave and you win Champions League first season.
It's a possibility.
That's everyone's dream.
I think there's only 2 or 3 teams that can beat Bayern in the Champions League
Man City,
in a knockout situation.
Man City and who else?
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know, Real Madrid, they
find a way. They find a way. So it's you got 2 or 3 teams that can actually stop you in the whole of Europe. You can go there, score goals, win the Bundesliga, win the German Cup, win the Champions League, all in your first season. And be beloved in another country as well. And make more money. And pick up another culture. Learn another language. Your children will pick up these different life skills.
Okay. You know these English players, fam. That's a myth. They don't learn foreign languages.
But there's an opportunity. There's so much upscale to this for Harry Kane. Even marketing-wise, that's another country that knows of him now.
Yeah, marketing. I think he cares about that. Marketing and his whole brand and image. He cares about that, definitely.
So yeah, it's a fantastic move for him, man, and I'm happy for him because it's about time.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Would you have gone if you were Harry Kane? Would you have stayed? Do you think it's a good decision? Yeah, let us know.
Let me before we leave, SB. If Henry stayed in the Premier and didn't win nothing with Arsenal, but was the record goal scorer, would you rate him as highly as you do now?
No, because he wouldn't be the greatest Prem player of all time. He wouldn't be
What
that
makes him the greatest?
because of everything he won.
Harry Kane, go.
I never argued for Harry Kane being the greatest, though. I never argued that. I just said that that's something that no one else is gonna have on except for you, and potentially for the next 30, 40 years. Every time they bring up a list of top goal scorers, you're always on there. You're always there, and everybody's got more Prem titles than the next man. Prem titles depends on who you played with, and if I played under my second best player was Son for a little bit. I was playing with players like Soldado and Adebayor in the strike partnership up top. I had Nasser Chadli as a teammate on the wings. Like, come on now, like he probably had the least amount of help to outscore everybody else. And
But
I think if you look at contextually, it's a good case for him to stay. That's what I'm saying.
But then again, you could say to him, like, yeah, you didn't, like, everyone else has more Premier League than the next man, but you have nothing. You have no Premier Leagues. And you had the opportunity to leave, go join another Premier League club, still get the record goal scorer in the Premier League and win the Premier League. And you didn't do it. Because he could have gone City, won the league, and still broken the scoring.
Oh, no, if I was him, I wouldn't stay at Spurs. I'll stay the year at Spurs and then go somewhere where I can win the league or win a trophy within England to break the league, break the records. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying stay at Spurs no matter what.
Yeah, because I thought you were saying stay at Spurs. Because I'm like, yo, bro, you better leave
No.
Spurs.
Stay at Spurs this year. And I can't lie. I'll even go to City. I don't care. I really don't care. I'll go to City if I was Kane. Because I would have broken the record anyway. I've put in work anyway. You know what I can do. My CV's better than most, man, already. And if I get a Prem title,
that's it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything but staying at Spurs, you can't do it, man. You got to leave Spurs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but yeah, that's that. Another episode of 245 Sport. The Premier League's back. I'm so glad.
Thank you,
So
Jesus.
glad. Yeah, man. I might have to stick a cheeky acca on tomorrow.
I'm
But yeah, man,
looking
that's
at the games now. Yeah, man.
another episode of 245 Sports. So yeah, we're out.
Out.